The Republican National Convention may have left town, but there's still plenty of power and politics here in Cleveland. And you can find it at the History Center at the Western Reserve Historical Society. Eric Rivett is the curator of this exhibit, which focuses on Cleveland's impact on presidential politics. So welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
This was really nice timing. Now, did you plan the exhibit to correspond with the RNC?
Well, historically, we've tried to do an exhibit every year there's a presidential election. But this year, with the political buzz in the city, we decided to go all out.
Okay.
So Power and Politics is 7 galleries, about 5,000 square feet.
Boy.
And you'll see exhibits on topics like Ohio's presidents, the presidents from Ohio, political fashion, the 2 previous RNCs that came to the city, and also the 1896 election, which is usually considered to be the first real modern presidential campaign.
Okay, well, let's start with that election then. How did the change happen?
Sure. So the Republican candidate was William McKinley from Ohio, and his campaign was by and large managed by a Clevelander named Marcus Hanna. And if I was going to run for office prior to 1896, I would really not do anything until a couple of months before the campaign, before the national convention. I would try to win my state, a few states around me. Then when the convention came, you had several what they called favored sons that would really duke it out for the nomination. McKinley and Hanna started campaigning almost 2 years ahead of time. So by the time the convention came around, they had already locked down national support, and he won the nomination overwhelmingly on the first ballot.
Wow. It also changed campaign financing, right?
It did, yeah. So again, prior to 1896, if you wanted to run for office, you would go to sitting politicians in your party and basically ask them to give you part of their salary, which may or may not have worked. Hanna went, right. So Hanna went outside the political sphere and he went to businessmen, and he raised more than $3 million in 1896, which was about 5 or 6 times what the Democratic candidate raised. So they had money to burn.
Okay, so talk about a few of the other galleries that you're showing.
Sure, we have a gallery dedicated to Abraham Lincoln. We have some real treasures in our collection of Lincoln memorabilia, including a life mask, which is a bronze mask and hands that were molded from life. We have a gallery about the 8 Ohio presidents. We have a small gallery dedicated to the 2 previous RNCs in 1924 and 1936 as well.
And why was Cleveland chosen for those 2 particular conventions?
Sure. Well, 1924, the big selling point was Public Auditorium had just opened a year or 2 before. So it was the largest auditorium of its kind in the country. It could hold more than 11,000 people, and it was a no-brainer. 1936, Cleveland was a really popular place to be because you also had the Great Lakes Exposition going on. So it was a popular town.
Okay, and we had a picture of the application up there. I guess it was really small compared to today.
Yeah, amazingly, we have the original copy of the application to the RNC, and it's maybe 30 pages long. And the application for this year's RNC would fill a house, probably.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. All right, well, then there was the fashions, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a very large garment collection. We have about 29 pieces on display that includes campaign wear, dating all the way back to James Garfield and all the way through today, through present campaign. We have clothing that was worn by First Ladies, including Nancy Reagan, Ida McKinley, Lucretia Garfield. And then we have several gowns that were worn to presidential inaugurations, including Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, and Dwight Eisenhower.
Wow. Sounds like a great exhibit.
We hope so.
We got to get there. This is a vast and amazing exhibit that will continue to be on display through January 2017. But why wait? Make plans now to see Power and Politics. My thanks to Eric for a winning preview of this exhibition.
Thank you.
For more information, call the Western Reserve Historical Society at 216-721-5722 or log on to www.wrhs.org. Next.